And in the bottom left-hand corner, I lost to 2LZ.
Ha! TLO weak. Wow. Wow. Scarlett calling out players.
Yeah.
Calling out some nerds. Anyway.
Oh, man. Chat's going to break down right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Suppy's down here in the bottom left, in the red. Evil Geniuses player going up against Acer's Scarlett in the top right.
That's right. And Scarlett decided to open with a 10 pool in game number 1. Game number 2, no such thing. Game number 3, going to be no such thing, actually. We're going to see pretty much the same stuff that we've seen so far from these guys. Excuse me.
So here's what I want to know. Is Scarlett actually going to go on an 8-0 run?
That would be kind of ridiculous. That's right. If you guys are wondering what we're referring to, she did all kill Dignitas yesterday. So in 7 straight games in IPL, she's won. And that's kind of where she got her notable start, too. She won the Playhem Sponsor Me tournament, came out to IPL 3, performed pretty ridiculous against some top-level players.
Yeah.
And since then has consistently shown that she's a player to be reckoned with. They just do not stop chatting, do they? It just keeps going and going and going.
All right, so both our players appear to be opening with 15 hatcheries here.
Conan, Sasha, quit it. Sorry. All right, so we have 15 hatch coming up for both players, and we'll see how late the pools are going to be if either player decides to go gas first. But this is the first time I guess both players did go hatch first last game as well. In game number 1, it was switched up a little bit with the 10 pool versus the 14 pool.
Both players here seeming ready to wait to go down on a pool for a little while. Looks like Scarlett is going to be the first to act. Suppy following up in suit. 16 pools out of both players, I do believe. So pretty standard stuff here. A moderate level of greed, not too much. No gases. There we go. Scarlett can drop hers down. Wouldn't be surprised to see Suppy do it. Yep, there it goes. So Scarlett is just like a millisecond ahead right now.
Right. And, little advantages, but little advantages can add up. Few minerals here, a little bit of gas there, a little bit quicker zergling speed there, get a better scout. I'm not saying that those are the critical things that are absolutely going to turn the tide of a game, but it's a mark of a player who's playing very efficiently.
Absolutely. So, either way, Daybreak, I know you love Mutas. I know you love Mutas, Kevin.
I do.
And let's talk about that. This is a great map for Mutalisks.
That's a fact.
It's fantastic for them. And, for those of you that haven't heard one of the billion times, I've actually said it. Kevin loves Mutas so much because we've been highlighting these things that open creative play.
Yeah.
I like ZVZ because it brings out creativity. It's okay.
It used to not, let's be honest.
Hey,
but,
not at all.
But it does now. I agree with that.
Most matchups aren't creative.
Mm-hmm.
Even mirror matchups, like TVT's like chess, PvP's like rolling dice. And then you look at ZVZ, and it was kind of just like, okay, ZVZ was kind of like 2 bricks smashing together, Yeah. And just seeing which brick broke first.
Yeah.
But since then, it's gotten a lot more subtle. I remember like the first time I ever saw Bird Infestors use Infested Terrans. Like there was no patch that made that happen. Somebody just realized, oh my god, I can do this.
ZVZ used to be like, though, it reminded me of, like, you have the one, like, 6th grader on one side of the seesaw, and you've got, like, 3 first graders on the other side, and they're trying to be bigger and better than that, and so it's just tug-of-war back and forth until one person finally just goes up and punches one side off of the seesaw. But,
of course, that representing the concave, because he has to go to the side of the seesaw.
Yeah, naturally. So I just, ZVZ used to be terribly unenjoyable for me, and I'll just throw that out there. When it was just circling Baneling Wars back and forth, and, well, if you get roaches, you win. That was a bad moment in StarCraft 2 gameplay. But now, it's a very dynamic and very fun matchup, as we see layer tech going down for both players at the 6-minute mark. Both players going up for 4 gas. I believe, yes, 4 gas for both of our players. And everything's looking pretty much the same, honestly, so far. Worker counts are dead even. Just a few more Zerglings out for Suppy, and that's about it.
I like games like this when both players go for the exact same build and don't attack at each other at all, because you really get a great glimpse into an opening that is prevalent in current ZVZ meta. I mean, you see it, like you take this build that's going on right now and then sample it against a build from like 2 months ago. And you're not going to see as much greed. You're going to see a spine crawler. You're always going to see a spine crawler in the past.
Yeah.
And you know these changes that people have realized. Okay, and that's really the thing is you find a build that is as greedy as possible while still being safe.
And that's what they've done. But now that both players have stabilized, and this is why we talk about the cyclic nature of builds. We were speaking specifically in TVT the other night that, you know, nowadays you're likely to see a lot of strong one-base play because everyone was like, okay, well, how greedy can I get? How greedy can I get? How many command centers can I throw down? How long can this Marine tank war last? But now it's a lot different as players are going back to one-base builds to catch opponents off guard. And we may see something if ZVZ goes long enough and we eventually have super, super long 3-4 base builds that become prevalent. Maybe we will see a return to quick one-base play just to upset people. For now, though, we're back to Roach Infester for Scarlett versus Mutas for Suppy.
Absolutely. So Mutas are really, really strong on this map. Let's emphasize that again. Suppy is going for a tech route that, you know, has a lot of strength here. Now, is going to be trying to deny this third. This third timing out of Scarlett is a little bit surprising for Roach Infester. It's definitely vulnerable because you are saving up your resources for when you get the Roaches and Infestors possibly out on the field, whereas Suppy right now, well, Baneling explodes on 2 links. He's going to have to retreat for the moment, but of course he could just make lots of links because you're not saving minerals for when your Mutas pop.
Wow, that's a lot of Banelings he's got there, though. But Roaches are already out for Scarlett, and that's something he's certainly going to have to be aware of. Nice job, not just denying the base, but killing it, too. That's 300 minerals gained.
Yeah, it was kind of like, hey, look, I'm not going to use these Banelings. I'm not going to, you didn't cancel.
Yep. And Suppy finds a nice advantage. His third is almost done. His Spire's now finished. He's got his first few Mutas popping out through all of this. Could be able to produce 8 here if he wants to. Not sure if he's just waiting on larvae. He was. Okay, so we should see some more here in a second. There they are.
All right, so a number of Mutas, as you said. Infestors are popping out for Scarlett any second. Did she already complete Pathogen Glands? Is that what happened here? As Zerglings are actually in the main doing so much damage right now to Scarlett. They're getting a complete surround on the Queen. Lots of them in the mineral line as well. Drones falling everywhere for Scarlett. Why doesn't she have anything, Kevin?
That's because they're all tied up protecting other bases. Her Infestors were just underway. Her Infestors were in construction, but all of her resources had gone to those, and Zerglings look like they're just about to kill Scarlett. We haven't even seen these Mutas start flying across, and all of the Infestors have been forced to expend their energy for the most part. They're trying to hold on to it because she knows that Mutas are coming, but look at that. No more energy left, and now Mutas are just about to pop up.
Yeah, these Infestors are going to be positively worthless. There are 2 more about, not even about to pop out. They're still 20 seconds away or so. Another one queued up as well. Spore Crawlers are in position to the left-hand side, so she can hide her drones, but she can't continue to mine. This is looking so bad for Scarlett, who just took an incredibly large amount of damage from those Speedlings.
Oh, yeah. And looks like she's going to lose gas and potentially an infestation pit. Actually, that's just going to be GG. Suppy not going down without a fight. Takes the game back. It's 2-1. All right, so that's game number 3 in the bag. We're going to go to number 4 here momentarily, but much better performance, much more convincing. What I liked about that, though, was that Scarlett in the first couple of games had been dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Suppy this time, he gets in with the initial links, he scouts. So he's already put Scarlett a bit on defensive. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to try and scout you. He shuts it down. Now Scarlett's operating without any information, so she rushes up to a few Infestors, gets caught off at her third, has to cancel the third. So now she's in the dark. She doesn't have a superior economy. She knows she has to make something against Mutas, and he just rushes in with a bunch of Zerglings.
Yeah. You called it operating. You said she's operating in the dark. I can't even call it operating. She was reacting. She was kind of just like, I have to do whatever you're making me do. It was really good out of Suppy. We'll see if he can repeat the feat in game number 4. Coming up here in a second. Currently up 2-1 is Scarlett, and we will have that coming your way. Looks like the map is going to be Antigua. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.